Hello, my name is Miss Uten and I'm the middle school principal. And I was very excited to see that this was the book that was chosen this year for everyone to read. This is one that I read many and many a times as a kid. So I'm excited to help end the book for you. Chapter 37, Out of the Frying Pan into the Oven. On his knees, yanking at the planks that covered the old cistern, thinking, I've got him, I win. He'll never. Alan felt a hand grip his shoulder and glanced up. What the devil is going on in here? Mr. Forrester shouted down at him. Bang, 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 bang. A confused babble of voices dying out suddenly. Now, Mr. Forrester said, Alan and Joe, home. Scoot. Alan and Joe crowded out the door. I've won, crowed Billy. He danced toward the platter. Nothing can... Billy, up to your room. I just got to eat this worm, Dad. I've won. Billy, up to your room. Dad, His father pointed. Dad, if I don't eat what's left, I'll lose and Alan will win. It's just two. Now, the bet is over. You know what I've told you about that cistern. Now. Dad, I'll lose. Alan'll... Then you will learn something. March. You mean I can't even eat that last little bit? How long could it take me? What could... Billy, now. Chapter 38. Billy kicked the bed. He'd have won. All he'd had to do was eat 2 more bites. 2 bites. He kicked the wall. What had his father gotten so mad for? Alan had started opening the cistern, not him. Geez, he hadn't even let him explain. Twice he'd won, and then something had happened. And now he was going to lose? After all he'd gone through? Nightmares, fights, thinking he'd been poisoned. All for nothing? He kicked the bed. Chapter 39, The United States Cavalry Rides Over the Hilltop. Mrs. Forrester? Said Tom, peering through the screen door. Can I see Billy for a moment? He's up in his room being punished, Tom. He and Joe and Alan were very naughty this afternoon. Yeah, said Tom. No kidding? What'd they do? Chapter 40, The 15th Worm. Billy kicked the wall again. 2 minutes. What difference could 2 minutes have made? He leaned his forehead against the window pane, gazing dejectedly out into the backyard. That's what always happened. Somebody. Tom's younger brother, Pete, appeared suddenly around the corner of the house, running, holding up a yellow Easter basket. Gesturing? The worm! Tom! Pete had brought him a worm. The 15th worm! Billy slammed up the window. Catch! Yelled Pete. Hurry! Tom's talking to your mother. He heaved a brick with a string tied to it up to Billy. Billy caught it, hauled the string up hand over hand. The basket came bobbing up the side of the house. Alan and Joe plunged out of the bushes. Billy snatched the tin can out of the Easter basket, plucked out a huge, squirming night crawler. Mrs. Forrester! Mrs. Forrester! Alan and Joe shouted at the top of their lungs, dancing about on the lawn, waving their arms. Mrs. Forrester! Mrs. Forrester! Too late! Yelled Billy gleefully. Throwing his head back, he dropped the squirming nightcrawler into his mouth, chewed and chewed. Tom and Mrs. Forrester appeared around the corner of the house. Too glate, Billy yelled, still chewing. Too glate, I gwin. He disappeared from the window. A door slammed inside of the house, a trampling on the stairs. He burst out the kitchen door, a flying leap off the back steps. He rolled, scrambled up, yelling, I win, I win, I win, and he grabbed Tom's hands. They danced round and round and round, Pete cavorting beside them. Joe and Alan slunk off through the bushes, round and round and round. Billy's mother laughed and went into the kitchen, round and round and round, till they collapsed on their backs in the grass. I win, gasped Billy to the blue, cloudless sky. I win.
Hello, boys and girls. Chapter 41, Epilogue. Billy leaned the mini bike against a tree and started down the path through the woods. Tom and Joe were already sitting by a smoldering trash fire on the riverbank, opening their lunch bags. "Where's Alan?" "At the store?" asked Billy, flopping down by Tom. "Yeah," said Joe. "He's still got 2 weeks to go." "What have you got for lunch?" asked Tom. Billy looked embarrassed. "Worm and egg on rye." "Heck," said Tom. "Why can't you ever bring something somebody else likes so you can trade?" Billy frowned. He opened his lunch bag. "I don't know. I just can't stop. I don't dare tell my mother. I even like the taste now." He scratched his head. "Do you think there's something the doctors don't know? Do you think I could be the first person who's ever been hooked on worms?" Hope you enjoyed the book.